Muhammad Afsal Akram, contestant number 3.
Most powerful force gifted to humanities are words. A force can be used constructively with the words of encouragement or destructively with the words of despair. The powerful force has the ability to help, to harm, to heal, to hurt, to humiliate, and to humble. Toastmaster and guests, good afternoon to all of you. My speech 1 to 10 is not about counting or numbering, but it emphasizes on the words which are 1-letter words to the 10-letter words, which are part of our daily life. Some of the words are like oxygen, essential for health, like breathing in a fresh air, and some of the words are like carbon dioxide, having the harmful effects. Words are spoken daily, but what are the outcome? Have we ever thought about that? So, starting from the 1-letter word, a selfish letter word. Whenever you start speaking with this word, it means one selfish letter word is I. Self-praising and not thinking of the others who supported and helped you. Try to avoid this selfish letter word. The next one in line is the 2-letter word, which has the power of getting everything done. And this is 2-letter word is we. I can't, but we can. A true leader always represents his team and satisfy all of them. Alone, I can do little, but together, we have achieved more. The 3-letter word is the poisonous one, our worst enemy. It keeps you away from saying things what your heart wants to speak. It makes a wall between you and the other person. Break the wall. Let your ego go. A person who does not know a single word of English will surely know when and where to say, I love you. The 4th-letter word is love, the most spoken word. Where there is a life, where there is a love, there is a life. It gives you strength, and life is not complete without love. Love your life, and life will love you. The 5th-letter word is a smile. It has a strength to win every people's heart, and you can melt ice with it. It eats it gives you its attention, it eases your attention and never lets you grow old. Most pleasant and most easy to keep is smile. Have you ever heard about the devil's radio? It's a disease spreading from mouth to mouth. It's gossip, my 6th-letter word. People are quick to believe in bad things they hear about the good people. So don't be the devil's DJ. Avoid it. The 7th-letter word is always the outcome of continuous effort and hard work. It's never by an accident. It's realizing your goals and aspirations. So what comes with continuous efforts and hard work? Success. Dream of it and work hard to achieve it. The 8th-letter word is jealousy. Whenever someone feels lack of self-confidence, feels insecure, fear or concern, he becomes jealous. Why feel insecure, fear or concern? Try to overcome them. Become jealous so that what you try to achieve what you are lacking. If you cannot do this, then distance yourself from it. Every day is a great day to learn, and knowledge is power. The 9th-letter word is knowledge. A never-ending story. Either you learn by yourself or life teaches you. Knowledge is a power and a cure. The last word, the 10th-letter word, is the most important of all. If you don't have this word, then the previous words will not be helpful. It's your belief and faith within yourself, and it's beautiful. And this 10th letter word is confidence. Yes, the confidence that if I can do small things well, I can also be able to perform bigger things also. Toastmaster and guest, there will be hundreds of words, not thousand, we spoke in our daily life. The way we communicate or express ourselves will surely make a difference. Choose your words. They are confession of your actions. Back to the contest.
Pen is better than sword. Toastmaster Bashir Rahmatullah, contestant number 1.
The pen and the sword are the two weapons used for various reasons. The pen is used for writing. The sword is used for fighting. That's why I narrate that pen is mightier than sword, which means the pen, the impact of the pen is much powerful. It has a great strength and energy which gives to the man who writes. It gives more power than the sword. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, panel of judges, distinguished guests, good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon. This phrase was originated from a great metamorphic adage and a great English writer, Edward Bulwer Lytton, in the year 1839. The first version of this phrase was coined in the early 7th century BC by Assyrian sage Ihar, but it read that word is mightier than sword. As we all know, this phrase, the pen is mightier than sword, has created significance and in the ages. It has given applause and laurels to many battles it has won. The sage, the pen, and the sword has different usage. I'd like to narrate that the pen, the sword, different users have different barriers. Our great Toastmaster, who won the international championship, who is none other than Muhammad Al-Khatani, he did not win by his sword, he won the international championship by his power of words. The pen can also break the demographic barriers. A book written in any place can be read in any part of the world. People applaud the gallantry of the sword for the battles they have won, but they don't know the massacre and the bloodshed the sword has shed. Pen is very constructive, whereas the sword is destructive. Pen gives knowledge and shade to all, which people keep it within for lifetime. The sword, the battles are some particular years can be remembered, after that it's gone in vain. I have great few things that I would like to say that pen is a marvelous weapon. Do you all agree with me? Yes. Because of the pen, we have all assembled here. Had we been the sword, had we been assembled over here? No, we would have been somewhere else. Though the pen, P-E-N, has got marvelous, remarkable, exemplary performance. Everybody writes with the pen. Everybody uses the knowledge with the pen. This knowledge is shared by everybody, but we cannot do it with the sword. The sword has limited barriers. The gallantry it has attained in the battlefield cannot be similar to the pen. Moreover, our great champions, the great icons, the great writers, I would like to name a few. William Shakespeare, William Wordsworth, William Faulkner, Charles Darwin, Isaac Newton, Archimedes, James Watt, Leonardo da Vinci, Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, Vivekananda, Agatha Christie, they are all the great icons. They have won accolades and laurels not by sword, by the pen and by writing. Pen induces literature. Sword induces hatred. Do you like to have hatred or literature? I hope everybody would like to have literature. Do you all agree with me? Yes. In the present world, everybody would like to prefer to have literature because of this literature, all these Toastmasters have been created. Without this pen, we wouldn't have been here on the stage. As I said in the very beginning about Muhammad Khatani, the power of words, which won the international championship. And I have also many colleagues here. I do agree with the Toastmasters. They're going to participate with me as the competitors. The pen has mightier power than anything else. Before, in conclusion, I would like to say that yesterday I went to the barber for a haircut. And the barber said, "Sir, you have many white hairs. Do you want to color it?" I said, "Why?" He said, "The color is mightier than white hairs." Back to you, contestant chair.
Speech title is I See the Invisible, Postmaster Juvaria Khan, contestant number 2.
As a kid, when asked what was my favorite superpower, I would scream, "To be invisible!" Imagine the fun we could have. But as I grew up, I realized something. I realized that people do not die when they are killed. They do not die when their hearts stop beating or their lungs stop breathing. They die when they are forgotten. They die when they are present, yet unnoticed. Or perhaps when they become invisible. Mrs. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and anyone who's ever felt invisible. It wasn't long ago when I met an old lady while I was traveling in a bus. It was a journey from my hometown, and probably she was in her mid-60s. When I looked at her, she looked tired and overworked. And due to space issues, I ended up sitting right next to her. I removed my sandwich to eat, but for a second I realized that it would be unkind of me if I wouldn't share. So I broke my sandwich and offered her the other half. It's been more than a year, but I distinctively remember the look on her face. She looked at me as though she has seen a ghost. And when she realized that I was real, she gave me a cute, toothless smile. We continued to have our sandwiches, and during this, we had a long conversation. We talked about various issues. She questioned me about my family, about my future plans, etc. And she talked about herself. about her early age when she was the eye-catcher of every eligible bachelor in her city. But now, she told me she was earning her living by cleaning houses in the city, as she was widowed and was living separately, far away from her only son, who was happily married. She then confessed about all the struggles she had to face because of her old age. And then she spoke about becoming invisible. I was surprised. Invisible? She said, yes. That's why I was amazed that you even came up to me and spoke to me. She told me, you know, when you become old, you kind of become like these traffic signals for Indian drivers. They just don't see you. When you become old, you become more of a non-human, she said. People do not consider you to an extent that your opinions and advices are no longer important. You become like that furniture in the corner of the room, maximally utilized but minimally recognized. These deep words from that stranger lady struck me into deep thoughts. I began to notice every single thing around me that was once invisible. First, I thought it was all about age. But surprisingly, these invisible people are not even old. They could be anyone. Someone whom you've been knowing since forever, living in your own house. Or someone who you see daily while you're walking towards your workplace, but you do not really bother to know them or notice them. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know of such invisible people in your life who maybe are preparing food for you daily or taking care of your dishes and laundry? Or even maybe those who are cleaning the streets, or the security guards at your workplace, or those who bring your cup of tea to the comfort of your desk, or maybe those who magically make your salaries appear in your bank accounts. Surprisingly, we don't even know a few of their names because we never bother to stop for a moment and thank and acknowledge them. The truth is, we are so involved in our own lives that we do not see these people. We fail to realize that we are blessed with eyes, yet we don't see. There is so many things happening right before our eyes, yet we pretend that everything is invisible. Fellow Toastmasters, if there is something that I want you all to do today, is when you leave this room, I want you all to make these invisible people feel like they exist. Make them feel that they are visible. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we all have numerous needs. But the most important one of them is to feel needed. Not just to exist, but to be known. Not just to live, but to be visible.
Toastmaster Rajadurai. Speech title is What is our culture? Speech title is What is our culture? Toastmaster Rajadurai, contestant number 4.
We can make the changes. We will make the changes. We should make the changes. However the technology improves, the earth revolves, and we always stand behind between agriculture and farmers. Agriculture was the past. Agriculture is the present. Agriculture is all of our future.
That is power of agriculture. Dear contest master, respected judges and friends, good afternoon and salam alaikum to everyone. Once in a lifetime, you need to meet doctors, you need to meet lawyers and teachers. But in day-to-day life, you need to meet farmers. If you want to eat food, you need to meet farmers. The person giving food to us is dying without food. Yes, the making of the small project, we are cutting many trees and destroying the agricultural land. Here, this educational platform, and in front of all educated people, I would like to share my damage story of my life. My village name is Argankulam. It's south part of Tamil Nadu in India. We are getting water from very famous falls and rivers and full of greenies. Everywhere you can find agriculture land. The more than 70% of the people, we are getting money from agriculture and we are exporting food to many places. During my childhood, many funny moments happened. It's related to the agriculture. While we are playing with my brother, near to the agriculture actually, we have more bore wells and well. My brother asked me, dear brother, you can dive into the well? Without anything, I said, yes, I can make it. Because since he already inside the water and he told me to make dive, I also made dive very deeply until I came to know I lost my teeth and nose. Instead of supporting me, he was laughing and it's out loud. So we were running the life successfully and very peacefully. It's not for all the time. But sudden changes happen in my village and also it happened in my life. The government and very famous industrialist, they found the limestone near to my village. The many of the technical people knows that the limestone is one of the raw material making of cement factory. Yes, the government announces the cement factory. In 2005, the cement factory started to run. So within 1 year, the complete agriculture was gone. All groundwater went to very deep level. What about the farmer's life? Who will take care of farmers? The many of the farmers, they left from village and enter into the cities. Dear ladies and gentlemen, who are sleeping in the platform in the city side, many of them from farmers, they left from the royal life and entered into the city to survive their life. That is in the situation of in the village in India. So who will take care of the farmers? My grandfather was a teacher, great gentleman. He started to initiate against cement factory approval. Finally, the money won all the places. We did not get any good result from the government. Again, who will take care of farmers? That moment, we realized and we have gone through the farmer's life. That is called Tulir Social Service Organization. Ladies, you can check in the best book. It's very famous now. It's not only from the one village. Surrounding of 25 villages, more than 250 people are members in that organization. What Tulir Social Service Organization going to do? Number one, to protect the nature. Number two, to protect agriculture land. Number three is the final one, to save the farmer's life. Before Tulir Social Service Organization ended and before start of the cement factory, my villages were completely full of greenish place. Everywhere you can see full green. Nowadays you can see it's full of brownish color. You can find many crackers in the land. This is the situation now. The planting a simple tree, the long run, the massive impact of each and every one life. Dear ladies and gentlemen, everyone can accept it?
Yes.
As the prompting Roosevelt the rightly said that the nation destroys the soil, it destroys itself. The forests are lungs of our land. It is absorbing the dusting air and giving fresh and strength here to us. One fine day, one famous journalist asked the question to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He was the greatest leader in India, Gujarat. What is the culture of India? He proudly said that our culture is agriculture. That is power of agriculture. Dear ladies and gentlemen, plant a trees, save green and save earth. Back to Contestmasters.
Toastmaster Jamila Atwa, contestant number 1.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. If I would choose the age I would be, or I would like to be, I wouldn't be or choose any day or any age. Because I think each age I have passed, I have enjoyed every time, every moment. And I have learned a lot of lessons who helped me to survive to where I am now. And I think if I wouldn't have all the experience, all the knowledge, any lesson that I would experience from my past page, I wouldn't be standing on this stage. I think also if I would choose to be in any age, my kids who are with me today would think, why? Why my mother is gonna be there? Doesn't that mean we should get older to get enjoying our time? Should we maybe go back and to our back age where we were born? So I'm giving the lesson and the experience for all audience and my kids especially who came to participate and see me and video me that enjoy every time, every moment and every age. Thank you.
Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Muhammad Salman.
How old you would be? It depends on the situation where you are. If you're married, you want to be younger. If you are not, you want to be older. So how old you want to be depends on the day you are here right now. Right now, if you ask me how old I want to be younger. I want to be the days over there. My father used to bring newer gifts for me for every day. I want to go to the day where my mother used to make me sleep with her. I want to be younger. No, but on the other day, when the day comes next, I want to be older enough to see my children prosper in the world. I want to be older enough to see my 2 daughters, I have 2 cute daughters, to prosper in this world. I want to be seating them at a top position of the society. I want to be the prosperous. How old I want to be? I want to be young enough so that my wife can boost at me, I have a young husband. I want to be young enough that I am one of the best athletes in the world. How old I want to be? I want to be one of the best persons in the world by changing my number of days, by changing my situation, by changing my age. Is it possible for me? Yes, it is coming into my mind. How old I am, it depends on my mind, on my mental situation. I can change my mind based on the situation. How old I am, doesn't matter when I was born. Forget about this. How old I am depends on my mind. What I think today is my age today. Thank you, Toastmasters today.
Toastmaster Jeffrey Aquino.
I'm living the dream of my life. Back when I was a child, I dreamed to be an engineer. But now, I have grown to be a teacher. Looking forward to be a doctor to heal my broken heart. Just kidding. Fellow Toastmasters and fellow youngsters, Salam alaikum and good evening. Good evening. I am standing in front of you, being asked on what age I will decide if I could have a life again. With confidence, I will tell you, I will live in the very age that I am in now. Why is that so? I am enjoying this crowd applauding me because of Toastmaster. Not just because of speaking, but because I wanted my voice to share with you. I want my voice to inculcate into your minds, into the young hearts of the youngsters. Yes, I strongly believe that in this stage of my life, I have achieved what a life could be. Having a dream job. I got a little fancy car, penny on my pocket, but the love that I have given to my family, especially to my mom. I know for this moment that I am certain that whenever the time comes, when I ask her, Mom, are you proud of me? She'll definitely say, I have always been proud of you, but definitely, and I will always love you. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, do not think about the past. Live the life to the present and look forward, which the life has to offer. I indulge and encourage you to look at these wonderful plants. They are symbols of life and existence. Look on your within, change within, because we definitely know that this life is wonderfully created by the Lord Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, live to the life, and this is today. Back to you,
For contestant number 4, Toastmaster Raja Durai.
Dear contest master and respected judges and friends, good evening to everyone. Good evening. Actually, I born and brought up from small village, and every day my father and mother, he used to take along with my brother to the agricultural land. From there, I want to bring the topic. It is very easy for me to bring. In order to that is, it is my childhood life. Actually, I enjoyed my life there. Actually, my father, and whenever we are working in the agricultural land, we are also started to work together with my father and mother. And my father, he used to give the money after finish their work. And mother one day asked, why you are giving money to our children? And my father is replied that my children should know what is the reason behind the agriculture and farmers' life. That during the childhood life, that I remember, when I enjoyed more, I would be the age of maybe 10 or 12 years. So that would be the age I enjoyed my life very peacefully and successfully. At this age, I'm struggling like full of stress, and everywhere the problem, pressure, everything. So I do the childhood life. That age should be peaceful for my mind and peaceful for everyone, I hope. So back to contest master.
Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Abdul K. Nauman.
Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The best age to live with for one day will be the young age where all of your strength, wisdom, knowledge flow together and act together. In an age, if you are very, very, very young, You may be very active, you may be very responsive, but your wisdom, your brain, your CPU will not be working faster. And if you're old, maybe you have 1,000 terabyte of data in your head, but to coordinate yourself into action, you have to travel in slow motion. So, in order to be a man, a person, where you can act and respond, deliver yourself in the best possible direction is your young age. Just remember, in athletics, there is an age where you have to perform in certain age, like 30 years or 40 years. For me, I think my best age will be 25 years. Where I was very young, I completed my graduation. I had my memory power very well. And I was very energetic. If you ask me now to lift 20 kg, I'll be pressing myself. Very difficult. But at the age of 25, I was so fit. If you ask me to lift this, I'll not ask you. I'll lift it as soon as possible. Back to the contest chair.
Dear contest chairs, fellow Toastmasters, good evening.
Good evening.
Although public speak is not easy, Toastmaster Hamoud broke all the barriers. Toastmaster Hamoud, I'm sorry. Your speak wasn't good. It was great. He started his speech with a good hook. He hooked the audience with using a hammer. And he spoke about an old story, childhood story. This will grab the attention of the audience to keep them wait to the conclusion. Your body was well arranged. You started with a conclusion, intro, body, conclusion, and you moved from humorous to drama to a good advice. Your gesture was great. You utilized all the areas from corner to corner. Your hand moving was good also. However, to add improvement to your speech, I would suggest that you work more on your eye contact. I noticed that you looked there, but you need to concentrate here. Those people came from far away to listen to your speech. They deserve a beautiful look from you. Also, if you add a quote or an essay, that will support your speech. Fellow Toastmasters, I will conclude my evaluation with a good, powerful word Toastmaster Hamoud used in his speech. Passion. You should be passionate in your life. Fellow Toastmasters, always change from within. Back to you.
It was very nice hearing you. Your speech title was very difficult to understand, first of all. Whack-a-mole. I was trying to get how I should perceive this message from you. Hamud al-Khaldi, what I should call Jackson, Ham, or Tom? First of all, I want you all to give a big round of applause for delivering this fantastic. The way you have used your prop was very nice. Your speech started with gestures. It was a very nice message to the audience. And you were very humorous in your speech. Gaining 20 pounds, everything. And you explained about your friends. It was a very nice experience to hear this kind of speech. Your dissatisfaction with your friend Abdullah is also very good part, and the way you gestured your speech was very nice. And the three different words which you have used: purpose, passion, persistence. It is also required for anyone to grow and prosper. These three words are very important. Your body language was very composed. Your words were very fluent. Your action and your stage utilization was very perfect. And you were looking throughout all the guests and all the judges very well. For me, I have few recommendations, because every speech there is some recommendation which has to be followed. Somewhere you have repeated some words like did not, didn't repeatedly. So this has to be avoided. As your Arabic accent, passion, you pronounce passion, something like this. You were on the edge of the corner of your stage. I think you can be in between to utilize your stage properly. Ham is, you make fun of ham, it's okay, but we also respect other culture. It's also food for others. So my recommendation to you, just don't make fun of it, because this is part of others' culture. Throughout your speech, you were very perfect, very enthusiastic, and full of energy. Back to the contest chair.
Al Sakti Sankar, contestant number 3.
What is public speaking? Public speaking is engaging, communicating, and calling for action. Now, did Mr. Jackson have all these three in his speech?
Yes.
Of course. Good evening, contestant, Chief Judge, and fellow Toastmasters. Mr. Jackson, I take the privilege to call you Jackson because your speech had that kind of an impact. I could relate to you more as a Jackson than Hamoud. Okay. You have tons and tons of strengths. I can't list it all in this 3 minutes which is given. It would be not a justice not to say that. I would list a few of them. Being one of the best which I loved was moving with purpose. Did you all see? I can just tell them now and I show you an example how you did it. Can you say which is USA and which is his hometown in this stage? And this is your USA. He had his fellow roommates, everyone here. He moved with purpose and makes this stage segments it. When he spoke about his friends, his roommates, he had this place all the time. He knocks the door, calls everybody here, everything happens here. And when he speaks about his mom, he goes here. That is a deep impact what he had. This stage, I could see his house here and the USA there. That was very good. Most of them, I see a lot of Toastmasters moving, but with no purpose. But here, we have a witness there with moving with purpose. That was amazing. The next thing I would like to highlight is your voice modulation. I could see the voice modulation when you spoke to your mom. I could feel that. I feel the empathy and your passion and your love towards your mom and your family here. You had that in your voice. And when you spoke to your friends, and when you had this personal story between you and your friends, there was a moment where I could feel the eagerness to get close again to your friend which you had the problem. So there you have a very good skill of voice modulation. I would say you are a beautiful actor. You should go to Bollywood. You have that facial expressions, So you engage with the story. You get us engaged with the story. That is another thing which I would like to say. Regarding recommendations, being a non-native English speaker, a slight attention towards very small grammatical errors would take you further away. When diamond found, it's just a stone. And as it gets polished, it shines a lot. I would love to take this opportunity to tell you, you are already a diamond here. You are shining right now. But we would like to add all these justifications and comments to make you shine more forever. The only small recommendation which I had was just a grammatical error. Other than that, you are a diamond between all of us. Over to you, contestant.
Please maintain 1 minute silence to mark the judges to the ballot. Master Julian, contestant number 4.
Life throws too many curveballs at us. Or sometimes, maybe just moles popping up. But sometimes you need to just roll on, or maybe just give it a whack. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and our dear Toastmaster Hamoud Al-Khalbi. Today, Toastmaster Hamoud gave us a gift, presented with purpose, passion, and persistence. There are a few highlights in your speech that I would like to comment on. The first being your opening. When you stood here, you grabbed the attention of the audience and they never zoned out since that time. The second was your smooth humor that you injected in your speech, because honestly, if I make you laugh, you all will love me, and your minds are always open to my opinions. And that's what Toastmaster Hamoud did. He injected this humor, and it all made it more effective. And also your entire speaking persona, your delivery style, I would like to call it the Hamoud style that you have in your speech, that was really good. Your body language, your gestures, your pauses in your speech, that was all perfect. And also that your speech had one particular message throughout. But there are a few things that I would like to suggest to make this gift more presentable. Number one is I did notice a few back and forth movements on the stage. Your stage movement was excellent, but you did have some unnecessary back and forth movements. You all know that Toastmaster Hamoud spoke about purpose, passion, and persistence, and you had 3 stories. And you all know stories act like an emotional glue. If you could manage the stage movement for your 3 stories in 3 different places, it would have been perfect, if you would have planned that movement. Number 3, your ending was really good, but if you could only pick up that prop which you had in your pocket and give that whack in the end, it would have been excellent, because the closing is what makes your speech memorable. Toastmaster Hamoud, as a review about your entire speech, I really liked your fun way of presenting and your entire message, but if you would take care of these few things, I think you would rock the stage, and this speech would be one amongst our favorites. All the best to you.
And the first day in my elementary school, my teacher started asking questions to the student. What do you be? And then I was sitting and shaking all the time, doing like this. And he came to me, said, Ahmed, it's okay. Just tell me, what do you want to be? He's like, I want to be, just yes, a doctor, a pilot. I said, no. I said, what do you want to be? I want to go to the bathroom. Good evening. Good evening. Toastmaster and judges and guests. I always have a dream to be something, to be good, to be someone, he be a president or something. A dream. It's free, right? Everything is free. So I decided to go to the United States to study there without no English, nothing. So what happened to me there was a lot of stories. One of them that I want to die in my home country. So I don't want to die in US, right? If they bury me there, there's nobody I can talk to when I'm dying. So if I'm in Saudi Arabia, I can't talk to my grandfather, can see them, say hello, right? So what happened was, I was studying for my English test, a placement test. It was very late night. And then I was going to the restaurants to pick up a pizza. So guess what happened to me? It was very late. I was walking, and then a car passed by me. Somebody, like black, African, like black people, they always get us, like scare us. You know, like people, like watch out, guys. They have no job. Maybe they'll rape you. They'll do something. They'll do a lot of things. You know, I was so scared. And then one of them passed, saying, "Hey, Mexicano, amigo." I said, "I'm Saudi, man. What's wrong with you, man?" And then I heard the car start to stop. It's like, oh my God, what should I do now? He knows that I'm Saudi. He didn't do something bad to me. I said, and the airplane, for emergency, they said, left everything behind and just run. So what I did, I dropped my pizza, I dropped my key, I just run. I said, what should I do? What should I do now? Should I hit my head to the wall and die? But it's freezing. I can't be dying and freeze. And the guy, stop, man, stop. And then I stopped. He said, please, don't kill me. Don't kill me, please. He told me, why, man, you left your food? I said, because I don't want to die hungry, man. And he said, what's wrong with you, man? I'm Muslim, I'm from Sudan. He said, I'm from Saudi. I said, oh, man, you scare me, man. He said, what's wrong? I just want to ask you how to go to Mecca there. He said, I'm from Saudi. I said, oh, man, you scare me. What's wrong with you? So what should I do? He told me, your pizza is destroyed, man. I said, okay. And then I enter my apartment. I saw my American roommates. There are 4 of them. I don't speak English at all. What I know, yes, no, and everything. But I was lucky that they are eating pizza there. I thought they will invite me. It's like, Ahmed, come here. It's like, what? Come here, you want a pizza? As I said, the pizza, it's like some meat on it. It's like, I'm Muslim, I can't eat the pizza. It's like, no. Eat. It's like, no, I'm Muslim. No. It's like, what do I eat? I was like, I'm going to eat. I'm trying to tell him that I'm going to eat some eggs. Right? So, how I'm going to tell them that I'm going to eat eggs? I was like, look. I'm going to do egg, and then and then I go, I was like, yes, and then I put in the oven, like, thank you, Toastmaster.
للعربية اضغط رقم 1 for English press 2. Contest chair, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Good evening. Friends, don't try to download all your happiness at one time. You ask me why? Why? Because there will be storage problem. Let your happiness come under installment. Watching movie on a television is always getting your happiness under installment. Ask me why? Because you are always interrupted with unwanted advertisements. هذا الفيلم يأتيكم برعاية على سي أفلام. This film is sponsored by C Aflam. people end up their happiness in marriage. I will not ask you why. But most marriages results in one partner receive all happiness and the other looking for installment. Being a regular traveler of a low-fare budget airlines, I always used to carry my lunchbox with me. You can ask me why. Why? Because budget airlines do not provide any kind of food or refreshment. Except water, that too after long request. Once a fellow traveler tried to call an air hostess. Ting! Good evening, sir. How I can help you? I want to go to bathroom. Sir, you can use always, but why are you asking this? Oh, madam, I thought it is paid. Sir, this is absolutely free, without taxes. But traveling in a luxury airlines is totally different experience. You can ask me why. Why? That means you have never traveled. Delicious food, comfortable seats, and the aircraft is much bigger. And even the air hostess are much taller. A fellow passenger was struggling to place his cabin bag, but was not successful. An air hostess came to his rescue. The more you pay, the bigger data package of happiness you receive under installment. Men, try to make all women around you happy, to receive all your happiness under installment. Give them respect, opportunity, and freedom of expression, and help them even in getting their driving license. But remember one thing, you are still responsible for helping them in parking their car. You can ask me why. Why? Because love is not all about sharing and caring. Sometimes it is purely parking. Delicious and spicy food may be source of for happiness for you, but for me, it is my weakness. I stop thinking from my brain. I start thinking from my stomach. Me and my friend went to a South Indian restaurant which was very delicious. The waiter come to us. What is, sir? What do you want? Ask him, what do you have now? Everything, sir, everything. Appam, idiyappam, idli, puri, parota, set dosa, masala dosa, plain dosa. What do you want? Get them all under installment. Sir, what should we buy, sir? Set dosa and masala dosa. He raised his voice to the kitchen. One set, one masale. When you are home alone, you hear only the sound of your AC. You feel as if you are lost and isolated. You want to call to someone, but unfortunately nobody answered to you. You don't ask yourself why. Call a wrong number immediately. مكالمتك لا تتم حسب الطريقة التي استعملتها. فضل تأكد من الرقم الصحيح. The call cannot be completed as dialed. Please make sure that you have the correct number. You don't need to be rich, but needs to be a person with a rich heart. And all you need to find is funny and humorous person around you, like me, to receive all your happiness under installment. Back to the contestant.
Is the man behind the wheel. The man behind the wheel, Toastmaster Arun Palanisamy, contestant number 4.
I'm racing at a speed of 250 km per hour in a Formula 3 race in an ambassador car. Yes, I'm going to reach the winning pole. Suddenly I heard my mom's voice. Arun, wake up! You are getting late for the driving test. Oh no, that was a dream. Contest chair, my dear fellow Toastmasters, and to all those who love car driving, good evening to all. Good evening. Now I'm really sitting in an ambassador car with my hand shivering, holding the steering. Now, my instructor is next to me. My inspector is at the back seat. It was a busy road. there were 2 cows, 1 old lady, and a milkman with his bicycle waiting for me to start the car. Glasses. So I did. You stupid! Oh no, it was my car's eyeglass mirrors. Somehow I managed to get my driving license. It happens only in India. Now I pack my dreams along with my bags and I landed in the land of dreams and fantasies, Dubai. I felt like getting a driving license in Dubai is worse than getting an increment in my company. The date, May 2009, will go down in history. Do you know why? I finally got my Dubai driving license. My friends started the celebrations. It went on for months. My parents were proud as if I have got a double degree. But they don't know I passed only at my 6th attempt. I'll tell you what happened. For the first few attempts, I failed without even moving my car. Do you know why? Even I don't know why. In my 4th attempt, I entered the car, wear the seat belt, adjusted the mirrors and started moving the car slowly. Everything was smooth until I heard my Arabic instructor was saying, yeah, right, right. I said, okay, and took right. Wallah, what are you doing? Sir, you said right. That's it. On my 5th attempt, I entered the car, wear the seat belt, adjusted the mirrors and started moving the car slowly. Lucky this time he was not on the phone. But after some time, he said, okay, bark. Sir, are you sure? Yes, bark. Whoa, whoa! Wallah, what are you doing? Sir, you said bark. That's it. In my 6th attempt, I entered the car, wear the seat belt, adjusted the mirrors and started moving the car slowly. This time he showed his hand to the right and asked me to take left, but his eyes looked straight. I was a little confused. I made a quick calculation. A plus B, what's good is good, A squared plus B squared is 2AB. Then I went straight. That's it. I passed. Do you know why? Don't ask me that, then I will cry. Few months fast forward, I was in Germany for a short period. I like the people who obey the traffic lights. Because the people in India, we do have traffic lights, but we don't use them the same way. It happened in Germany. It was an empty road. There was a car waiting the traffic signal, waiting for the signal to turn green. When I see that, I was like, unbelievable. Because people like me from India will have different traffic rules. Green means go, amber means go fast, red means look for the police and go faster. The moment when I start driving my new car, that was a mass. I felt like a boss. Because nobody tells me what to do. Until my wife said, when and where to stop the car. Now you know who's the real boss. My life is mostly influenced by 2 ladies. One is Google lady and the other is my lady. The other day when I have planned a trip to go to a castle with those ladies, this time I was following the orders from the Google ladies. Finally what happened? We were in an abandoned area of the forest. This is what happens when you follow the orders from the ladies. Even though my lady is outside, because I do not want to worry because I do get dinner after this contest. After this awful driving experience in Germany, I would never thought that this would continue in Saudi. Like Vodafone, wherever you go, the tension follows. In office, boss. On the road, some crazy drivers. You people would have experienced these crazy drivers on the road. Eating while driving, texting while driving, keeping one foot in the accelerator, other on the dashboard. Following the high-speed ambulance to cut the traffic. Driving like a shoemaker. So on and so forth. The other day, a few months before, I see a car was hanging from the bridge near Rashidna. Do you know why? Because it was trying to commit suicide. Because of the crazy drivers. Here in Saudi, the traffic rules will change at any time. The other day, when I was going back home around 2 a.m. in the morning, I was followed by a couple of police cars. They followed me a little bit, and the flashes is like, why? I thought he wants to go past me. What happened? Suddenly, he was on the mic saying like, Isfatalajam. I was like, what? If I would have got that mic, I could have told him, Maafi Arabic, Maafi. Suddenly, he stopped his car in front of my car. And he gave me a mukhalaf which is completely in Arabic. And my car was towed. I was standing there without having any clue. but I was a little bit happy. Do you know why? I do not want to find parking for my car for the next 2 days in Somalia. The people who are residing in Somalia will agree that finding a parking is like finding a leg piece in the chicken biryani. Because of parking, I've got lot of compliments from the traffic department. Parking fine. I would like to share a few tips for a safe driving. Don't avoid talking on the phone while driving, especially to your wife. Avoid getting clicked by the speed cameras on the road. If you want to do so, groom yourself to get a better picture. Better to have a sign, wife on board, in your car to alert other drivers on the road. With this, I better stop here because I have to rush to the traffic department. Since my car was towed one more time by the traffic department before this contest starts. Over to the contest master.
His speech title is The Fairest of All. The Fairest of All, Toastmaster Richardo Chudian Jr., contestant number 5.
Gorgeous, I'm so perfect. Oh my God, I have to do this. Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me, who's the fairest of all? Oh my God, I have a pimple. This can't be. I can't face this problem. Don't face your problem if the problem is your face. Madam Fiona, yo, Mr. Shrek, all the trolls, ugly witches. Do you think I'm the fairest of all? Yes! Thank you so much for acknowledging. Do you believe that I am the most gorgeous and you want to know my beauty secrets? No. Come on, you think that fair and lovely you're wearing is okay? I don't think so. Now, I want to share with you my deepest kept beauty secrets. You like it? Yes! Now let's start with my face. Have you seen monkeys with pimples or acne? Siko? I don't think so, neither did I. But do you know what's the secret for pimple-free skin? What? Let me show you. Ta-da! This! That is the secret to pimple-free skin. You should enjoy eating banana. I love bananas, by the way. Do you love bananas? So from now on, you need to eat bananas in order for you to have skin like Siko. And I also love eating oatmeal porridge for breakfast. And you know what? Little did I know that this thing can also make your skin so smooth. You're laughing. You don't need to pour hot porridge all over your face or body. You're crazy. You're gonna burn. You just need a couple of tablespoons of dry oatmeal. Listen very well. You mix it with ice cold water, and then you form a paste, and then you apply it to your face, neck, and all parts of your body where you have chocolate brownies. Okay? Let it dry, and then scrub it with all your might until your epidermis is removed. And ta-da! Baby soft, baby smooth skin. Believe me, you will never look at oatmeal the same way ever again. Ever. Just try it. You're listening. But wait, there's more. We still have the leftover oatmeal, so what do we do? Hot milk, leftover oatmeal, and banana, and voila, you have a ready breakfast. You're not only pretty, your breakfast is also ready. So why don't we go now to the oral hygiene? You know, back in the days when my mother's having trouble budgeting our money, she would always say, oh, you just use salt as substitute for toothpaste. It will make your breath so fresh, and your teeth will shine so white, it will shine bright like diamonds. Mother. Imagine brushing your teeth with salt. I mean, it's not just any ordinary fine iodized salt. It is rock salt, for goodness sake. Brush your teeth with rock salt? No wonder I've lost half of my gums and even the roots of my teeth are already exposed. See? And there was even a time that I had to wear braces. Anyone with braces here? Raise your hands. Yes. You know what I felt. Okay? It's very hard to wear braces. There was a time that before I wore my braces, this is how I smiled. Very demure, very innocent, right? But after having braces, this is how I smile! Even the wisdom tooth can be seen, right? Many people will come and approach me and they will ask, "Hey Ricky, what's your secret to your fair skin?" Simple. I just use Tide or Ariel or sometimes Omo, depending on my budget. Are you crazy? Those are laundry detergents. I mean, well, yes, of course. If they can make your dirty socks white as snow, they can definitely make your face clean and clear. Good. Just one tip. Don't forget to rinse with Downy. It will make you feeling fresh all day. It's really hard to live in a household with ladies in it. If you're a guy, of course. There was a time I went inside the bathroom and found this fancy little bottle with liquid in it. Thinking that it was mouthwash, I gargled with all enthusiasm. Afterwards, I felt something weird, as I can smell rose petals coming out of my mouth. And then, moments later, I heard my sister screaming to the top of her lungs as her feminine washes vanished into thin air. Ah! My feminine wash! It's so hard to live in this world. But it's really hard to live in this world on a borrowed life, a borrowed body, and a borrowed face. In my case, even a borrowed wig. So sorry, I can see you. Sorry, but the policy is no return, no exchange. So be happy and contented with your faces. It doesn't matter if you were born ugly. What matters is that you die beautiful. The real essence of beauty is not just about physical attributes. Who cares? Real beauty radiates from within. Who needs makeup? Who needs makeup? Outer beauty is a gift. Inner beauty is an accomplishment. That's what will change from within. So now, fellow Toastmasters, am I still the fairest of all?
Yes.
Yes.